Hey, what's going on, Inspirators? It's your boy, Tony D, TonyDoyleInspires.com. Checking in with you once again. Want to appreciate and thank you guys for popping in the Inspirate channel every single day to come and check us out. And I hope that these videos are helpful to you. Comment down below and let me know what series you guys like. So as you're going through the videos, comment you want more information on certain subjects, certain things you like. We've introduced a lot of different things, and I'd like to know what you like out of all the different videos. Which things are super pertinent and important to you, and which things we could let slide by maybe. I don't know. We are making videos every single day, as you know, and today is no different. Today we are talking about a perspective of health, something that is super vital to our health set, and that is sleep. So today I'm going to provide 10 tips to better sleep. So if that's something that you struggle with, even a little bit, you know how I am. I'll break down the science behind it and kind of give you, like I said, I'm going to give you some tips to better sleep. Things to do, things not to do, those type of things. First and foremost, though, if you haven't already, please do subscribe to our channel. Hit the little bell symbol, also that's a notification symbol, and it'll let you know every day when we upload a new video. And as I stated, we do upload one every single day, so you don't want to miss out on that. As always, I do ask you, if you like the video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up, okay? In YouTube, it works with the algorithm to help folks see it, which might not normally be able to see it. They have, you probably noticed, something called a suggested video, and that is actually all done based around, mostly around your thumbs up. So like-minded folks like you who may be interested in this will be suggested the video to try out. So that's a great way for us to spread this work, and I would appreciate if you do that for us. As always, the best way to spread it is directly, so feel free to email out this link, forward it to other social media platforms, post it on your timelines, your stories, in your groups and your pages, and anywhere you would like to. Email it directly to some person who you think might need this. As today we're talking about sleep, so if you know somebody who's struggling with sleep, feel free to messenger this link straight over to them. All right, that being said, let's get into it. I don't want to keep you guys long, but this is super important. I do know several people that are struggling with sleep, including some of my coaching clients, and it is hard to do work in other venues when health is an issue. As I tell you guys all the time, both on my lives and videos and things like that, I believe that that really we need to address four pillars, the entire four pillars of our life, which is mindset, heart set, soul set, and health set. And I believe that all four need to be imbalanced for us to be to live a satisfied, healthy, successful, happy life, right? So that being said, sleep is super important, and let's talk about it, because sleep, right? Sleep is very, very important to your body's ability to recuperate on a daily basis, okay? So think about all the factors that can interfere with a good night's sleep. Work stress, family responsibilities, unexpected challenges, illness. You know, there's all kind of different things that could, and it's no wonder that quality of sleep is sometimes elusive, right? Even for myself, I do try to get a high quality of sleep, even if it's not a high number of hours of sleep. We'll talk a little bit of difference in those two things, okay? While you might not be able to control all the factors that could interfere with your sleep, you can definitely adopt healthy habits that encourage better sleep, okay? So we came up with 10 basic tips. There are plenty more, If this is something you really struggle with and you want some personal coaching around that, please inbox me and we'll work something out. I can definitely help you develop a plan to tackle that. But in the meantime, check out these 10 quick steps, things that you can actually do to affect the quality of your sleep. So these are in no order, but we're going to start with this one right here because, in my opinion, it's one of the most important factors to my quality of sleep, and that is sticking to a sleep schedule. Okay, trying your best to set a habit around that. So set aside no more than 8 hours, okay, for sleep. So the recommended amount of sleep for a healthy adult is between 7 and 8 hours, right? Okay, we've heard that a long time. Now, the reason it is that is because there's different sleep cycles that we go through. Most people don't need any more than 8 hours laying in the bed to achieve the goal of a recuperative sleep cycle. Okay, go to bed and try to get up generally at the same time every day. You guys know me. You know my morning routine, 5 a.m. club, etc. Does not have to be that, but what you do want to do is get into a nice habit if possible. Try to limit difference in your sleep schedule on weeknights and weekends, if you can, to no more than maybe an hour. I know sometimes we might like to stay up a little bit later, knowing that we don't have to wake up and go to work or whatever that might be. But try to limit that, okay, so that your body doesn't get thrown off its circadian rhythm. Okay, being consistent reinforces your body's sleep-wake cycle. Okay. If you don't fall asleep within about 20 minutes, leave the bedroom and do something relaxing. Okay, and we're going to talk about some of the tips, but you can read or you can listen to soothing music, something like that. Then go back to the bed when you're sleepy. Repeat as needed. So what you don't want to do is get into a habit of restlessly laying there and turning back and forth to where your bedroom becomes a wake room, right? We want that to be a sleep chamber if possible. All right, so that's number one. Try to set and stick to a sleep schedule as much as possible. This will help your body maintain a natural circadian rhythm. All right. Number two, pay attention to what you eat and drink before bed. Okay. Now, don't go to bed hungry and don't go to bed stuffed. Either one. Okay. In particularly, avoid heavy or large meals within a couple hours of bedtime. Your tummy discomfort can definitely keep you up. You guys have all done that. We all do that. We eat way too close to the time we're going to bed. We would be far better served if we would finish our meal a couple hours before bed. Okay. Also, nicotine and alcohol deserve some caution here too. Okay. So the stimulant effect of both nicotine and caffeine take hours to wear off. Okay. This can wreak havoc on quality sleep. And even though alcohol might make you feel drowsy, it actually can disrupt sleep later in the night, okay, when that quality sleep kicks in or should be kicking in. Lots of times you stay in a restless, kind of half in, half out of sleep type of schedule. So watch what you're putting in your body a couple hours before your set bedtime. Try to limit that, and like I said, just be mindful of it. It's nothing that you don't want to go to bed hungry, but you also don't want to go to bed stuffed. So it's better to finish 2 or 3 hours early and then eat a light snack of popcorn or something than to go to bed, eat a heavy meal and then go straight to bed. Okay. All right. Let's talk about my third tip, which is creating a restful environment. Okay. Try to create a room that's ideal for sleeping. Okay. So often this means a cool, dark, and quiet space. Okay. Exposure to light might make it challenging to fall asleep. And we'll talk a little bit more about light and light sensitivities here in a second. But definitely avoid prolonged use of light-emitting screens just before bedtime. Consider using room darkening devices, shades, earplugs if you need them, a fan, or other devices to create an environment that suits your needs. Okay, you obviously don't want it too hot, but you don't want it too cold either. Lots of folks, and you'll know your own patterns, you'll be able to pick it out. Lots of people would rather have it a little on the cool side and be able to bundle up with a comforter or a blanket or another person, perhaps, right? During doing some calming activities before bedtime, such as taking a bath or using relaxation techniques, might promote some better sleep for you as well if you need those things. So we'll talk a little bit more about that coming up here. So that's number 3, create a restful environment. Number 4 is limit your daytime naps. Okay. Long daytime naps can definitely interfere with nighttime sleep. If you do choose to nap, which is a healthful exercise, limit your naps to just 30 minutes and avoid going so late into the day. Okay. So if you work at night, however, you might need to nap late into the day before work. So if you're an overnight shift, you'll have to work this list around and so that it works for you. But it's definitely possible to do still. Okay. So limit your daytime naps. Now, naps are very healthful. Okay. We actually would be better off if more of us did take some daytime naps. But the idea is limit those to 20 or 30 minutes. And let those be in the early afternoon. Okay. So let's go into number 5. Number 5 is including physical activity in your daily routine. All right. How many of you guys on a consistent basis include some kind of exercise or physical activity? Okay. It's real important for a lot of different health reasons, but specifically, regular physical activity promotes better sleep. Okay. Avoid being active too close to bedtime, however. You don't want exercise, to be the very last thing you do, but spending time outside every day, like on a quick walk, something like that, especially in nature, is definitely ideal. Obviously, exercise is very healthful. Getting outdoors is very healthful. And absolutely, when it comes to a good night's rejuvenative sleep, it is helpful as well. All right, so that's number 5, including physical activity. Number 6 is managing your stress. Right? Managing your stress is definitely important in life overall. Sometimes easier said than done, okay? But this is what we want to try to do. Try to resolve your worries and your concerns before bedtime, okay? If possible, about 30 minutes before bed, just jot down anything that's still running across your mind, okay? Just write it down, bullet points, and then let it go. Do your best to set it aside for tomorrow, okay? Stress management strategies can help here. We have all kind of videos on the channel about stress management, anxiety management, those type of things. So do what you can to manage your stress. Start with the basics. You can, honestly, in the night, some of the biggest stressors are things that aren't organized. So you can definitely get organized ahead of time, get organized for the next day, set your priorities, and those things that you can delegate to other people to get done, delegate those so that they're off your list altogether. All right. So manage your stress. Like I said, if there's anything on your mind, just jot it down and leave it for tomorrow, after your morning routine. It's not what you want to look at right when you get up either. So, all right. So that's number 6, manage your stress best you can. Number 7, nighttime meditation practice. Taking 15 to 30 minutes every night to quiet your mind and refocus on the present moment is a key mindfulness strategy to reducing stress and anxiety, managing frustration and anger, and increasing your potential for a restful, rejuvenative sleep. Right? A restorative meditation practice can be accomplished by simple deep breathing exercises, the repeating of mantras or affirmations, listening to relaxing music and or binaural beats, or by actual guided meditations found on apps, YouTube channels, etc. We obviously have some guided meditations and mantras and things here on this channel. I highly suggest Jason Stevenson, my good friend. He is absolutely my favorite. There are plenty of other really good ones out there too. Find somebody's voice who you like if you're going to do a guided meditation, or if you prefer doing just binaural beats without vocals. Find the type of beat that really gets you into a nice rhythm. Look for things about solfeggio frequencies if you're interested in rejuvenative frequencies and things like that within music. You can find that both on apps and YouTube. It's really all over. Mind Valley that I work with, we have an app called Soulvana with guided meditations and talks and things like that. We also have Omvana, which is more binaural beats, solfeggio frequencies and things like that. So check it out, look around, find something. But nighttime meditation practice, that is the thing that you want to do right before bed. Okay, so it's not eating and it's not exercise. Move those ahead. Eat a couple hours before bed, exercise after that, then a nice shower, then let's have a nighttime meditation practice. For me, I meditate at night and I meditate in the morning for two different specific purposes. I do more of a 6-phase meditation in the morning time, which really gets me sets intentions and gets my day going. But at night, it's that restorative, rejuvenation type healing frequencies and those type of things. So try that out and see how you like that. So that's my number 7 tip. Number 8, increase bright light exposure during the day. This is an interesting one. And this is one that I've only recently learned and have been trying to implement lately. So studies show that your body has a natural timekeeping clock known as the circadian rhythm, right? We were talking about that earlier. It affects your brain, your body, and your hormones, helping you stay awake and telling your body when it's time to sleep. Natural sunlight or bright light during the day helps keep your circadian rhythm healthy. This improves daytime energy as well as nighttime sleeping quality and duration. Okay, so in people with insomnia, studies show that daytime bright light exposure improved deep quality and duration of sleep. It reduced the time it took to fall asleep by up to 83%. Okay. A similar study also found older adults, 2 hours of bright light exposure during the day, a minimum of that, increased the amount of sleep by 2 hours and the sleep efficiency by 80%. Okay, so who knew? Bright light exposure during the day when it's available. Now, if you work nights and your shifts are turned around, you're going to have to do something. Once again, it does not have to be specifically sunlight, but you do want to still differentiate your day and your night as far as sleep goes by having at least 2 to 3 hours of bright light in your waking hours. Okay, and then we're going to talk about the reduced light at night as well here. But, well, so let's talk about that. So that's my number 8, is increased bright light or sunlight during your waking hours, right? Okay. So number 9 would be reduced blue light exposure in the evening. This is really interesting. There's lots and lots of studies in the last 10 years about blue light exposure. Exposure to light during the day is beneficial, right? We talked about that. But at nighttime, light exposure has the opposite effect. Okay, again, in part, this is due because of the impact on the circadian rhythm, right? We trick our brain into thinking it's still daytime, This reduces the hormones like melatonin, the natural hormones in our body, which would help you relax and get a deep sleep. Blue light specifically, okay? This is the light that electronic devices like smartphones, computer screens, TV screens, those type of things, emit in large amounts, is the worst in this regard, to messing with your brain, your hormones, and in general causing poor sleep, okay? There are several popular methods you can use to reduce nighttime blue light exposure. Okay, so here's a couple. They do make specific glasses that block blue light. So, although I don't suggest you having your phone or your screens, all that, in your bedroom with you, even leading up to it in that 2 or 3 hours before bed, the more you can reduce the blue light exposure, the better as far as long-term goes. There's also apps that block blue light on your laptop or computer. I'm not going to give you any specific one, but if I would suggest, if you're interested in that, there are some free ones and some cost ones, and you can weigh out what's the benefits of each of those for you. But try those out. If you absolutely can't Google it and find it, inbox me and I can let you know a couple of apps to download. Yeah, like I said, you can install apps that block blue light on your smartphone or on your computer screens, okay? Now, for phones, they're actually available on iPhones and all Android models, and they are helpful. Some phones come with them pre-installed, so check that out also. I know a lot of the newer iPhones all have those, okay? Here's a big culprit right here, and I know some people are going to not like this, but you have to stop watching TV and turn off those bright lights a couple hours before heading to bed, okay? You're soaking in all kind of stuff. We're not even going to talk about radiation or anything else, but the blue light in general, as well as, you guys are on my channel, so you already know, the negative influences and the things that you're putting into your brain, that you're putting into your subconscious as you're getting sleepy. You're watching, infomercials and all kind of reality TV, and all you're doing is really implementing some garbage and putting it into your subconscious mind, honestly. So, in addition to the blue light, in addition to the light and the activity, we've got all that negativity running around in your brain, and you're creating your tomorrow from all of that stuff. And we don't want that. So that's number 9, reduce the blue light exposure in the evening. And number 10, consider taking an all-natural organic supplement. Okay? So if all these tips aren't working out, there are, I don't necessarily say jump straight to medicine, but there's some all-natural solutions. We talked about melatonin that naturally is produced in the body. You can obviously take that outside of the body as well as a non-prescription thing. You can find that pretty much everywhere. See, so melatonin is a key hormone that tells your brain when it's time to relax and head to bed, right? It's sleep time. Melatonin supplements are an extremely popular and easy sleep aid, okay? Often used to treat insomnia. Melatonin is probably one of the easiest ways to fall asleep faster, using an external source. In fact, one study showed that just 2 milligrams of melatonin before bed improves sleep quality and energy the next day, and help people fall asleep faster in about 73% of those studied. Additionally, no withdrawal effects are ever reported in any of the studies, which was awesome. Melatonin is also useful when traveling or having to adjust to new time zones, or if you're in a place where you fall back or spring forward, sometimes that can mess with your sleep for a couple days. In fact, in some countries, though, you will need a prescription for melatonin, so just check that out if you're traveling abroad. or overseas. All right. So melatonin is definitely the most suggested one, but there are several other natural supplements that can induce relaxation and help you with sleep as well. So check out some of these. You can find these at health stores, and you can talk to your doctor about these if you're not for sure. But ginkgo biloba, you guys have probably heard of that before. It is a natural herb with many benefits. It actually can also aid in sleep and relaxation and stress reduction. So, I mean, you could try that. There haven't been a super lot of studies about that specifically, but it definitely has had some reports of helping with relaxation. So try that out. Also, glycine. Studies have shown that 3 grams of the amino acid glycine can help improve sleep quality. Okay, naturally occurring amino acid. Valerian root. I know a lot of homeopaths that use valerian roots, and several studies have actually shown that valerian can help you fall asleep and improve sleep quality if you take 500 milligrams or so just before bed. So, as always, like I said, do your own research on those things. Magnesium is responsible for over 600 reactions within your body. It's actually super important. And one of the things it can do is relax your body and enhance sleep quality. So you may look at taking a supplement like magnesium. And then the last one I'm going to mention today, and there's certainly others as well, but lavender. Okay, long been known as both a scent for like a for like something you can put in your bath. You know, a nice lavender scent. You can put it in a candle. But lavender itself is actually a really powerful herb with many health benefits. It induces calming and sedentary effects, and therefore can improve sleep as well. So lavender is something that you can, like I said, you can take it in several different forms, but they do have it so you can take it as a pill. So you can take about 150 milligrams at bedtime, and you increase the likelihood of restful sleeps. All right. So try those supplements. I suggest trying them one at a time. Okay. You don't want to just like take all of them and see what sticks. There's no magic bullet to sleep issues, but you know, if you try these one at a time, you can see what might work for you in certain situations and might be helpful. You know, useful when combined with other natural sleeping strategies as well, like the first 10 or the other 9 that I talked about. So hopefully those all help. And finally, know when to contact your doctor. You know, like nearly everyone has occasional sleepless night, right? But if you often have trouble sleeping and you've tried these strategies and really nothing is working for you, go ahead and contact your doctor. It's okay. Like I said, identifying any underlying sleep disorders or something like that you may have is important, you know. And there are plenty of other strategies. Now, obviously, we didn't talk about bedding or mattresses or pillows or any of those type of things. All of those things are important. Clutter in your bedroom can definitely affect you. There's all kind of digital devices nowadays, Fitbits and iPhone or iWatches and things like that can help with sleep quality and kind of helps track that for you. All those things are good, as awareness is always good. So the bottom line is sleep plays a giant role in our health. Okay, so whatever we can do to increase our quality sleep, the better. Right? So one large study linked insufficient sleep to an increase in obesity risk in children and adults up to 85%. Other studies conclude that less than 7 hours of sleep per night increases your risk of developing heart disease and type 2 diabetes. If you're interested in optimal health and well-being, when should then you should make sleep a top priority and incorporate some of the tips that we talked about, right? Sleep is an important part of your health and wellness. Put an awareness on it. Put a little focus in your life. If you're waking up and you're not restful and you've had 7 hours of sleep, you may not have had some quality sleep. You want to get to a deep sleep pattern for a couple hours out of that 7 hours of sleep. So that may come in handy when you take some melatonin or some of those type of things. But if you're consistently not getting restful sleep, don't be scared to go talk to the doctor about that and see what they suggest, okay? All right, hopefully that is helpful. I wanted to get this one in today. So if you guys like it, please share it out. Give me a thumbs up. As always, if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe to our channel and hit that little bell notification, and we'll let you know tomorrow when we upload another great video on the NSPR8 channel. So until then, sending you peace and love, and remember, stay inspirated.